These bills are known as the Stop Online Piracy Act and the Protect IP Act. SOPA was voted on the House of Representatives, while PIPA was the Senate's companion bill. The purpose of these bills is to make it harder for sites to sell or distribute pirated material such as music and movies. So, who would want to push these bills? Some key players might be Warner Brothers, 20th Century Fox, Universal, Disney, and Paramount, all members of the Motion Picture Association of America, MPAA for short, are the main proponent of bills like SOPA and PIPA. Regardless of your own views on pirating of media, it is evident that companies like these do lose a portion of their revenue due to piracy. So how do these bills actually work? SOPA would allow for internet service providers to block their subscribers from accessing websites that are associated with illegally obtained content. This means that instead of sending you to your requested address, your ISP redirects you somewhere else or possibly sends the user nowhere. The ironic thing about these bills is the fact that they wouldn't work. All it would do is destroy the link between the name of the website and its address. There are many ways of reaching that address. Interfering with the addressing system is sort of like delisting its telephone number from the phone book. If a user still knows the number, they can still call it, they just can't find it in the phone book. So, whatever happened to these bills? Well, thanks to a large amount of internet protesters speaking their minds, bills were stopped in their tracks. In November of 2011, you might remember seeing something like this. Multiple sites went dark on this Internet Blackout Day. This was a day where a large number of big-name websites like Wikipedia, Google, Reddit, Mozilla, and many more all went offline to support their opposition for the bills. With this help, the bills did not pass. However, instead of completely getting rid of the bills, they were filed for revision, and they are still currently under revision today. So, did this put a halt to our government-regulated internet bills? Well, not really. While protesters were occupied with SOPA, a new cybersecurity bill made its way into congressional consideration. It's called CISPA. CISPA stands for the Cyber Intelligence Sharing and Protection Act. The objective of CISPA is to combat cyber attacks by allowing both private businesses and the government to share information about cyber threats. Okay, that doesn't sound so bad. But what is a cyber threat? According to CISPA, cyber threats are supposed to be anything making efforts to degrade, disrupt, or destroy vital networks, or anything that makes a threat or misappropriation of information owned by the government or private business. CISPA rewards companies for collecting data, intercepting or modifying communications, and providing the government with information. These companies can take information like names, addresses, and phone numbers. Alongside sending this information to the government, these companies are free to share the info with other companies who can also share it with the government and other companies. Additionally, the information they have collected from you is proprietary, meaning you don't have the right to know what's being collected. You can see how all of this might strike up an argument on the privacy of internet users. This is particularly evident when it comes to law enforcement. Without CISPA, the government needs a warrant, a subpoena, and a national security letter to spy on you. Without CISPA, all you need to do is search special keywords like torrent or illegal for police to monitor you. So just like SOPA and PIPA, these bills worked up a lot of resistance from protesters. Activist groups like Anonymous also helped out in leading another internet blackout. Despite their defiance, CISPA was passed in the House of Representatives. However, it failed to become a law when it did not pass the Senate in the same session. And just like our other internet bills, they weren't necessarily killed. The bills were filed for revision and will be re-voted upon in the near future. The thing to take away from this is information, while we have it. Although these are US bills, the ideas have an influence on foreign countries. Already, there are many regions that censor and/or monitor their internet. If the US follows with these bills, there's no telling what the aftermath might be. I mean, if the United States can remove the Pirate Bay from the web, why can't China remove Tiananmen Square from the internet?